Some men are born for war, some are born to lead, and then there are those who are forged by fire, shaped by trauma and destined for something greater than anyone ever expected. Butch O'Neal is not a vampire, not a warrior, not a man with supernatural gifts or ancient lineage, but he has something more dangerous than all of that. He has heart, the kind that bleeds for others, the kind that never backs down, and the kind that may just be enough to change the course of an eternal war. His story begins in darkness and regret, in loneliness and longing. But it doesn't end there, because Butch's journey isn't just about falling in love, it's about becoming. In the shadow-soaked city of Caldwell, New York, the war between the Black Dagger Brotherhood and the Lessening Society rages on, a brutal battle between vampire warriors and soulless undead killers. Butch, once a hardened homicide detective, now lives on the periphery of this secret world, a human caught between the ordinary and the extraordinary. He has no powers, no claim to their legacy, but he's earned their trust with his fists, his loyalty, and his unflinching courage. He's closest to Vicious, the Brotherhood's resident tech genius, and tattooed Enigma, a man as haunted as Butch himself. Together, they are roommates, partners, brothers in everything but blood. But even among the Brotherhood, Butch remains other. He drinks with them, jokes with them, even fights beside them when he can, but there's always the distance, the reminder that he doesn't truly belong. And worse than that is the emptiness he carries inside. Butch is a man marked by loss and self-loathing, a man who walked away from the badge not because he couldn't do the job, but because it stopped making sense. His family is a painful memory, his past a chain around his neck, and his future a blank page he's too afraid to write on. And then there's Marissa. She's unlike anyone Butch has ever known, a vampire. Aristocrat with the grace of a queen and the soul of a woman quietly breaking inside. Marissa has lived her life bound by the strict codes of the Glymera, the vampire elite, who view emotions as weakness and tradition as law. Once she was the Shellan of Wrath, the vampire king, a role she performed with dutiful detachment, but there was no love there, no passion, no connection. Now unbound and unwanted, she drifts on the edges of her society, tolerated but never embraced. Yet in Butch, she sees something different, something raw and real and undeniably alive. And he sees her too, not just the perfect porcelain doll, but the woman behind the mask, the one who's tired of being silent, tired of being controlled. Their attraction is undeniable, magnetic, and maddening. Butch wants Marissa more than he's ever wanted anything in his life, but he's convinced he's not good enough for her. He's human, rough around the edges, stained by his past. She's noble, elegant, a creature of light. Their worlds shouldn't collide, and yet they do over and over again, in whispered conversations, lingering glances, and the fire that burns hotter every time they touch. Then everything fractures. During a routine patrol, Butch is ambushed by lessers and taken prisoner. What follows is torture, both physical and spiritual, a breaking of the man in ways he doesn't understand. When the Brotherhood finally rescues him, he's no longer just Butch O'Neal. Something was done to him in that dark basement, something that left a mark. The Brotherhood's physicians can't explain the changes, but Vicious suspects the truth, and it terrifies him. Butch may have been infected, not just hurt. There's a piece of the Omega inside him, now the ancient enemy of the vampire race, a dark essence that threatens to consume him from the inside out. Butch's body starts to change. He develops sensitivities and abilities no human should possess. He begins to sense the lessers, track them, feel their presence. And worst of all, he starts to crave violence in ways he never did before. The Brotherhood debates what to do with him. Some want to contain him, others want to help him control it. But Vicious defends him fiercely, and Marissa never leaves his side. Even when Butch spirals, when he tries to push everyone away, convinced he's a monster, Marissa stays. She sees the man beneath the chaos and refuses to let him go. And slowly, painfully, Butch begins to heal. His bond with Marissa deepens. Their relationship blossoms in the quiet spaces between, battles in the way she tends to his wounds without flinching, in the way he watches her, with reverence he doesn't think he deserves. For the first time in her life, Marissa is truly free to choose. who she loves free to live on her terms. She breaks from the Glimera, renounces their judgment and claims her place as an individual, not a possession. She opens a shelter for abused females determined to make a difference in a world that turned its back on her. Butch watches all this and realizes she's not his salvation, she's his equal. Still, the darkness within Butch grows. He begins to absorb the essence of the lessers when he kills them. Something no vampire can do, something not even the Brotherhood understands. And that's when the truth is revealed. Butch is not just a man infected. He was born with vampire blood, a secret buried so deep that even he didn't know. His parents never told him the truth. His true father was a vampire cast out long ago, and Butch is the product of that union. The Omega found him because of what he is not by accident, but by design. And that means Butch can be more than a weapon. He can be the Destroyer, a figure from ancient prophecy, said to have the power to defeat the Omega once and for all. But to become that, he must undergo a ritual, a terrifying transformation that may kill him or worse, drive him mad. It is Vicious who guides him through it, not just as a brother, but as a soul who understands the agony of being other. Their bond grows deeper, more complex, more painful. There is love there, though neither man names. It love that transcends definition, love that scars. Butch survives the ritual and is reborn. Not fully human, not fully vampire, but something in between, something new. And with his rebirth comes purpose. He is inducted into the Black Dagger Brotherhood, a rare honor for someone not born into their bloodline. He is given a black dagger of his own, a name among warriors, and a place in their war. And standing beside him is Marissa, his mate and all but title, ready to walk beside him into whatever darkness comes. Their mating ceremony is beautiful not because of its grandeur, but because of its truth. Two broken souls standing before the Brotherhood, pledging themselves to each other not as saviors, but as equals. Marissa chooses Butch not despite his darkness, but because of it. Butch claims Marissa not as a trophy, but as a partner. They are fire and grace, strength and softness. Lover Revealed is more than a love story. It is a testament to resilience, to the power of transformation, to the courage it takes to face the worst in yourself and choose love anyway. It is a story about men who cry and fight and bleed and love deeply. It is about women who rise and rebel and redefine their worth. It's about chosen family, the kind you fight for, the kind that stands beside you when blood fails. It is about loyalty and destiny, about what it means to belong and what it costs to become. J.R. Ward doesn't just build a world in this book, she builds a brotherhood. She gives us warriors who are flawed and real, who swear and smoke and break down when no one is looking. She gives us love that hurts and heals, that demands and delivers. She gives us Butch O'Neal, a man who had nothing, who gave everything, and who in the end found himself not in power but in purpose. And she gives us Marissa, a woman who stepped out of the shadows and proved that strength can wear silk and smile softly while changing the world. If you're ready to fall head first into a world where danger walks the streets and love burns hotter than vengeance, where the line between light and dark is blurred by blood, loyalty, and fate, then Lover Revealed will grip you from the first page to the last. This is not a story you listen to. This is a story you feel in your bones, a story that reminds you that even the lost can find home. Even the broken can be loved, and even the forgotten can rise. So press play and let the story pull you under. Let Butch and Marissa take you on a journey that will leave you breathless, aching, and desperately reaching for the next book, because once you enter the world of the Black Dagger Brotherhood, there is no going back. And trust me, you won't want to.